everybody. How you doing? This is Phil Williams. You're listening to the Phil Williams Show, PatriotInsight.com. You can also find us on the TuneIn app. Look for Patriot Insight. It's that time for my response to a tweet. That's Mr. Tat. My response to a tweet. Today's tweet comes from an avid Donald Trump supporter. And his tweet says, Donald Trump is so refreshing. He's the most unique candidate on the campaign stump right now. He's a fighter. Donald Trump is so refreshing. He's the most unique candidate on the campaign stump right now. He is a fighter. Well, congratulations for your enthusiasm. It's much appreciated. But here's my response to your tweet. In a real America, man, Donald Trump would be a dime a dozen. Because in a real America, Americans were tough. We were always tough. The people in Boston, man, they had the toughest sounding accents. I mean, man, when we were kids, we tried to imitate how tough Boston people sounded. New York people, they were tough. California people, tough. Everybody was tough. Everybody. Now that we're functioning in this matrix of liberalism over the last 7-8 years, everybody is so politically correct. And I hate to say it like this, but they're so wussified. Afraid to say stuff and afraid that they're going to get in trouble. And, you know, they afraid they're going to be called racist. And they're just so afraid. To where now Donald Trump sounds like the tough guy. It's not to take nothing from him, but it's more so a look into the looking glass of how wimpy us as Americans have been tricked into. We've been bullied into wimpinism. We've been bullied into wimpinism. Boys can be girls and girls can be boys. And I mean, everybody's just so sensitive. Everybody's just so sensitive. Think about it. Donald Trump says, I'm going to make Mexico build a wall. He just sounds so tough. I'm going to make him do it. No specifics. He's just going to do it. Hey, more power to you, Donald. If you can make that happen, make it happen. But then now look at it from this perspective. Ronald Reagan said, Gorbachev, tear down that wall. And he did it. See, we used to be tough. We used to be tough. Everybody was tough. Everybody in the elections running was tough. They called it negative campaigning. And then you let those liberals trick you into thinking that the American people didn't like negative campaigning. No, those were tough accusations. Those was, if they was lies, they was tough lies. They were tough truths. They're like the Phil Williams Show. They was easy to understand, but they might have been hard to swallow. So the liberal media started creating this thing called negative campaigning. And they try to trick you into believing that the American voter doesn't like negative campaigning. No, we were tough people, and we were saying some tough stuff. We were vowing to represent a tough nation. We were always tough. Our military, tough. People didn't want to see our military come. So guess what? They straightened up and they flew right. The very first day the president got in office, he ran around the world apologizing. America's sorry for this. We didn't give him permission to do that when we elected him. We didn't give him permission to do that. But he bullied us. He bullied the American people into wimpiness. So all I'm saying is, Donald, yeah, you're tough. But back in the real America, there was a bunch of Donalds, man. Dude, you ain't tough enough to be like in the real America. And so this is what we got to get back to. We got to get back to the real America. American people, tell your candidate to be tough. Don't be scared. Don't listen to the liberal media. Be tough again. We're ready to stand behind you just like everybody's standing behind Trump. He's the only one out there acting tough. Reason why Ben Carson is climbing? Because Ben Carson is acting tough. He's just a little more soft-spoken with it. Carly, you're tough. You're different. Because all these politicians, it's very difficult for them to switch tough after they have allowed Obama and the liberal matrix to suck them into wussinism. So it's going to be hard for the other ones to be tough. Because you haven't been tough for the last 8 years. But that's where I got to give props to my man Ted Cruz again. He was tough, but then he was left hanging by the other wussies. Hey, this is Phil Williams, and that's my response to the tweet on the Phil Williams Show.